Because I love my country.
You love your country.
I love Ghana.
Now, let me be a little, maybe should I say sarcastic? And you may not be comfortable with what I'm going to ask you, but I still want to ask you.
Go ahead.
Have you followed your previous political party in recent times?
Which one?
PNC.
Oh, that one too. You want us to talk about
Have
PNC?
you followed them in recent times?
Do they exist?
Oh, what kind of a question is this? You asking whether PNC exists?
Yes, that's a question.
Why would you ask that question?
Because I don't see the visibility of PNC anywhere. And I don't hear of them. The last time I heard of them was that they were fighting in court, and somebody says leader, someone says he sacked the leadership, and a whole hula baloo. So really, I don't have much time.
Well, when you look back and maybe you connect with the stories you are told about the PNC, would you say then it was a good decision you moved on from there?
I think that's the best decision in my life, to move away from the PNC. Why? Because, you see, the political terrain of the PNC was very high. And if I want to take the story of the PNC, we'll not finish today. But then, when Limam was president, and after his presidency, President Limam also brought the PNC down. It's one reason why PNC, may he so rest in peace, why PNC is where it is now. Because when he boycotted the election with Adubuahe, he lost all his parliamentary candidates to the NDC, and the MPP. And that is why many people from the PNC as at that time crossed carpet to NDC to pick forms to contest as parliamentary candidates, and some few ones went to MPP. And when they won those, they never came back. They never went back to the PNC. And that actually collapsed the PNC. And the PNC now went to. That is why you see that most of the PNC members are now MPP and NDC. Now, when you look at it again, every time any party is in power, they try to lure the PNC into
their camps.
And then take away the very good one out of them. So when I got to PNC, when I became the flag bearer, I said, look, it's for us to build our party, make it attractive. If you're not attractive, nobody's interested in you.
Yeah.
If your party is attractive, that's when people want to liaise with you. They thought I was joking. So all my resources I invested in the PNC, making the PNC very attractive and visible. So you realize that in 2012, I had billboards across Ghana, over 1,600 billboards. And the PNC was of the view that, oh, Hassan Ayariga is getting money probably from another party, and he's spending. Even if I was getting money from another party,
you were spending it on the party. I was rather
spending the party. Now, I realized that these people are not actually looking for. So I came out of the PNC. Now look at what happened. PNC's members were all taken away, all the good members, to the MPP, when the MPP won power. Abu Ramadan became Nadmu. His father, Ramadan, became
an ambassador.
Dr. Edward Mahama became ambassador at large. So they dismantled the structure of the PNC by giving positions to them. And those people went and never came back. Now, what is left in the PNC? Some of them have joined the NDC. Some
too have joined the MPP.
So now there's no party called PNC. It only exists in a name, but there's no leadership.
But I've sat on this same platform with Daniba, Janet, yes.
Yeah.
Janet Nabla. So if you say there's no PNC, then who are they?
Of course, they have a representative called PNC. But it is not by name, it is by virtue of your activities that define your party. If you have a party on paper and you go on TV and radio and fight each other every day.
They've been fighting over land cruisers.
Oh. Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Say it again.
No, they are fighting over land cruiser. Daniba was here.
Sad about that.
Janet Nabla too was here. So I know what I'm saying. They are fighting over land cruiser.
Why?
Well, they are your friends.
Of course. I don't want us to delve so much into the PNC. But if a party is fighting over one Land Cruiser, then what kind of party is that? I mean, I don't know why they should be fighting over a Land Cruiser. If the party, I mean, if a Land Cruiser was given to a party or the party purchased a Land Cruiser, you look at the documents of the car. Is it the name of the party, or is it an individual who purchased it? So why will you be fighting over it? So if I donate, Hassan Ayariga donates a Land Cruiser to the PNC, then it becomes the property of the PNC. And who is entitled to the leadership of the party? Maybe the flag bearer or the leader. Not everybody can use it.
Yeah.
So if I donate a Land Cruiser to the PNC, then the first person who has the authority to use it will be the flag bearer.
The flag bearer.
After the flag bearer, if the leadership is over and the flag bearer is no more the leader of the party, then it goes to the leader, which is the national chairman. That is how it works. So why are you fighting? Why? It's clear. There's a constitution. The party has a constitution. Was it a car donated? And if it was donated, who is the leader of the party? It cannot be that the secretary is going to use it, or the organizer is the one going to use it, or the communication director or whoever. No, it goes to the top. The leadership has to use it. And if the leader decides that, look, I have so many cars and I don't want it, you give to the next.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't have to fight over a car. And if a party starts fighting about a car, then it's serious. It's very, very serious.
It tells you what they will do should Ghanaians give them the...
They will do nothing. They will do nothing because they will even get there. Because if you cannot manage a Land Cruiser, how are you going to manage Ghanaians?
Well, Dr. Hassan Ayariga is my guest and we're having a conversation. Trust me, we're going to know a lot from him this very afternoon. So how's the APC?
Interesting. That's a good question. I think you've seen the visibility of the APC all over the country, making headlines. It's a message that we've sent out there. The APC started way back in 2023, putting huge, medium, and small sizes of billboards across Ghana. And those pictures bears the logo of the APC and that of Hassan Ayariga. Why? Because we have already had a concession that Ayariga will go unopposed. So it gives me the opportunity as a party to start advocating for a new leader. We wanted to have a third force. I have pushed for a third force agenda with the rest of the minority parties.
That's the APC, the CPP, the PPP,
and all that. But
the GCPP, the NDP.
We had problems with the rest of the parties. The APC was ready to form an alliance to build a third force. The LPG was ready to form the alliance to build the third force. Goom was ready, and then later on he started playing games. Then the other parties are still fighting among themselves. CPP is fighting. That's the traditional party. PNC is fighting. That's the traditional party. GCPP, the leader, is not well. Our good friend Danlate. So he has not been, he was able to attend the meeting twice. He's not well. NDP, we don't even know where they are. That's Kunadu's party. I don't even know whether she exists or she's not there. So that one too was empty. And which other party was that?
PPP.
PPP. They are also not in. You don't hear.
They're not interested.
You don't hear about them. They were interested, but you don't hear about them. So finally, it was just Ayariga and Kofi Akwalu pushing hard for all of us. We had several meetings. We drew a plan and a whole lot of it. And then when we called for a meeting, we sit. When we asked them to move. So all we wanted was to make sure that all the parties come with a flag bearer. They should go into their primaries, elect flag bearer, and we bring all the 10 political parties flag bearer to go into a contest to elect one flag bearer.
Oh.
Yes.
So who emerges as a winner leads all of you?
Yes. So that is the framework I drafted, and I shared it among all of them. Everyone should look at it. every party to present one flag bearer, every party to present one chairman, every party to present one secretary. And all of them will still keep their parties. Their party to be maintained. No party is going to die off. But it's going to be an alliance party where all the 10 parties now bring 10 representatives for each position, for each national position. And then we move into the race as one party. So we're now going to have 3 political parties, MPP, NDC, and the Alliance.
The Alliance.
A lot of them are not interested in that. They're just interested in their small corners and not being active. And
small corners or coins?
Corners.
Okay, they love to be in their own corner.
Corners.
I am the national chairman, CPP.
Yes, and
I am the flag bearer,
so
CPP.
because of that, APC moved ahead. So now I come back to APC. So because they were not interested, not pulling their weight, and some of them were backbiting and talking. As a leader, I didn't want to.
I would let you go speak about the APC, like the question.
I want to answer your question now.
You want to ask me a question?
No, I want to answer the question.
I will let you answer.
Okay.
But you've said something I really want to get some clarifications on. Is it that these political parties are after power, or they just want to be, I'm the flag bearer, I am the national chairman?
I think they want to be relevant. They want to be relevant, that we have a party. But I told them, your party is not going to die off. You will still have your party. But let's form an alliance, because Ghanaians are tired of NDs and MPP. And to be very serious, it is better to be a 10% shareholder of $1 million company than to be 100% shareholder of a $10,000 company.
That's serious.
Yes, their parties are like $10,000. Meanwhile, there's a $10 million company somewhere.
That you need just 10%.
That 10% of it gives you how much? Over 100,000. Why do you want to be in your corner with some $10,000 company when your investment can give you over $200,000 somewhere? But logically, it's not everybody who has the common sense to understand common things. So sometimes I find it very difficult. I've had meetings with them on different platforms. We've had meetings Harriet at my own house. I invited them to my home, all the presidential candidates, except John Mahama. We met in my house. We had a lot of conversation about it. They go, and then go and talk to your leadership.
And come back.
Even their national chairman, some of them, I shared the draft with them. Look at it. This is not something that Hassan Ayariga wants to be the leader. I am also part of it. My party is part of it. We go as 10. It would have been the best Congress ever in the history of Ghana. Just imagine 10 presidential candidates from 10 political parties
come together.
Each party has a representative of 1,000 membership to vote on that day. So we have 10,000 people coming to elect one person from the 10 presidential candidates. And that person, when elected, will now pick among them a running mate.
That would be a very strong force.
Why are we not doing this? I give them the blueprint. I give them I have it on my phone. I shared it with all of them. I sat down with them, explained into details, asked them if they have proposals. Even there's a platform called Coalition of Minority Parties. We are on them. It's nothing. It's just empty. So I've decided to move forward as a party. I think that the third force thing that we are asking for is not going to be an easy third force. Bringing like-minded people together who are not ready to form an alliance and build and give Ghanaians a hope. Ghanaians, I think democracy is not matured in Ghana. We are still learning what is called democracy, and it's a tough thing for us.
Won't it rather keep giving the NDC and the MPP that hope that we are still in charge? I mean, there's no third force anywhere.
2024 is a crucial election. It's a very critical election. Both NDC and MPP are aware that they are not the winners of 2024 elections.
And who is?
We will see. APC, of course. We are building a very strong volunteers base that we intend to attract 1 million plus 2 volunteers who will voluntarily work for APC. And we've started the base. We're recruiting a lot of people that will be for media, some will be for field management, some will be organizers across Ghana, some will be spokesperson and all that. This group of people, after we are done recruiting them, they will now build different level of volunteers where you voluntarily accept to work for APC. So what it means is that you'll be working for APC at your corner. You invite people in your corner, in your community, say, look, I'm an APC member. I want all of us to join the APC. These are the policies of the APC. This is what the APC stands for. So people will be joining the APC without even Hassan Ayariga knowing.
Okay.
So you join it from your corner, from your home, from your office, from your school, from your community. Everybody is a voluntary work. Nobody is forcing anybody. These are the prospects. Let's go. This base is going to change the status quo of Ghana's politics. Because there are many people who are not interested in NDC and are equally not interested in MPP. And the numbers are huge. Those numbers are more than that of the NDC and the MPP. Look, our voter register is 17 million as of now. I'm sure by now it gets to about 18.5 million. The last time I checked, the MPP has a membership of about 4 million to 5 million. NDC equally has the same 4 to 5 million members. What it means is that there's an what do you call it? 7 million people who are floating voters who don't really, they do not want to
They don't
vote.
belong here or
They don't
there.
belong here or they're here.
Yeah.
These people, first group of them are young ones who have 18, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, who have just turned the matured age of voting. They don't know NDC. They don't know MPP. They are not even interested in voting. What they are interested in is their games, their school. I mean, some of them are even betting and all that. We are pulling all these people and telling them that the future is yours. This is now your future to determine. You've been given the opportunity by the APC to build and help build your future. Those old folks, that's the NDC and MPP, have done enough damage. They've given us their best. Don't think that NDC and MPP are bad. No, they are not bad. They don't have anything to offer. They are empty. They finished whatever they can do. They have nothing more left. Do you understand what I'm saying? When the NDC says that they are coming again to give, they don't even have manifesto promises anymore. If you put John Mahama today and ask him, what's your next manifesto, he'll tell you 24 economy. We spoke about 24 economy way back in 2016. And 2020 is in our manifesto.
Oh, really?
Yes.
2016.
2016, 2020, APC spoke about, what do you call it, 24 hour. It's nothing new.
So how come Ghanaians are rather associating with the...
It's because Ghanaians themselves don't listen to the minority parties. They listen to the bigger parties. When the flag bearer of the NDC says something, they will take it more than when the flag bearer of the Hassan APC says it.
And so...
And that is why when even the APC manifesto, it was in the APC manifesto, and we spoke about it. If you go and take my manifesto right now, I'll give you a soft copy, look at it. It's on different pages, more than 5 different pages.
Would you say that then the NDC have stolen, in a way, your policy you intend pushing?
They've adapted it.
They've adapted
They've adapted it. It's not a problem for them to adapt it. The MPP adapted my special prosecutor. They adapted so many things. I'm not worried about that. I'm full of ideas. That's what I believe.
Okay.
And that is what I think that I'm going to do different from what they are doing. So the NDC and the MPP have exhausted their visions and policies. So when they come to you and tell you something, and they say that we say they are not doing well, they have done so well. But what they have done is not enough even to start a new life. Are you getting what I'm saying? If we sit down and say NDC is not good, it's not true. If we say MPP is not good, it's not true. We will say that they have exhausted their minds. They have exhausted their policies. They have exhausted their brains. So they have nothing actually to offer. And you see, and because of their lack of competence, a lot of political independent candidates are springing up.
This is as a result of the NDC and the MPP's
lack of leadership,
competence,
lack of leadership. It's now bringing up anybody can just get up and say he wants to be president, because they have reduced the presidency to nothing.
Oh, is that how you see it?
Yes.
That the fact that people are thinking in that line, I want to be president, I want to be president, is as a result of what the NDC and the MPP have served Ghanaians with.
Yes, exactly. It's because they have nothing to offer. So people now say, NDC, look at what they have done, MPP. So if they were good, it would have been very difficult for people to come out and say they want to be president. If they had added value to the presidency, what is the value of the presidency of the Republic of Ghana? Nothing. It has no value. Corruption, mismanagement, wastage. Mention it. The seat of the presidency has been reduced to nothing. So people just get up and say, I want to be president. Somebody who cannot even be assemblyman wants to be president. Because those who are sitting on that chair did not add value, did not make that seat an important seat.
Is that what you also see?
I've seen that long ago. I have so much in me that I saw long ago. I think that when you sit with, I'm not interested, to be very honest, I'm not interested in talking about them, because I came here to talk about APC. When you sit with them and you listen to the conversation one-on-one with the so-called leaders, you ask yourself, are these the people who are leading this country? No wonder it is where it is. Because they themselves are empty.
The NDC and the MPP.
They are empty. I challenge any of them. What is it that they are bringing on board? How do they intend to transform Ghana, apart from lies? They sit. That is why they give. So, look, when you sit down and tell somebody one district, one factory, I don't understand. You mean a whole district should have one factory? Are you serious? If you are building a country that we are building a country for the future, go to China, a community, an area has more than 20 factories. Go to Germany. A local community has more than 50 factories.
Maybe that is a starting point.
That means that we have failed. When you say one constituency, $1 million, are you serious? $1 million to a whole constituency, when probably you need $1 million just to do one project.
So maybe it's as a result of the fact
that
it's because we don't have enough to give.
It is because we cannot show leadership. So Ghanaians are satisfied with minute promises. Ghanaians are not asking hard questions. We are not asking people the right questions to give us the right answers. And you think that I should vote for you because you say 1 million, one constituency, $1, one village, one dam, one village, one dam. But we didn't fall for it. And where are we now? Even those minute things could not be executed. You see, this is the level where we are. We are a rich nation, but we have become a begging country. That even right now we are not even qualified to borrow money as a nation with all the resources we have, gold, diamond, bauxite, all the mineral resources
including oil.
We are still not qualified, credible, let me put it this way, credible enough to borrow. Is it not shame that the Gold Coast we knew long ago today has to beg Germans and China, to go and beg for them to get an IMF bailout. Is it not a shame? And now, IMF has brought in here representative to sit in Ghana and manage the money they have given us. What it means that you are so useless as a nation that nobody, it's like, I want to borrow you money for your house.
Money, and then I ask somebody to come and sit.
Then I said, look, Chief, I'm going to give you 100,000 Ghana cedis. But I'm going to put somebody in your house to see how you spend the money with your wife and children. And not spend. I am going to direct how you spend it. So if you want books, I'll say, okay, books is necessary. Go and buy books.
But if I want,
if you want unnecessary like fuel to waste, I say no. Today you don't have to. Where are you going? Why do you need fuel? You can't move because you can't manage yourself. All they are telling that we cannot manage ourselves. This is how they have reduced the presidency and the nation too. And some of us will feel sad and pity for our country called Ghana, that we belong to this country and we have the ideas and the vision, the brains to build this country, yet it's been given to those who do not understand. And that is why I said that we are voting for people with more money than more brains. Election is going to happen on Saturday. Go and look at it. Those who are going to
vote for people with
more money than more brains. This is Ghana for you, and that's why we are where we are.
But we need the people with more brains.
No, but we need the people with more brains than the money. So corruption will come in because people who have money win elections in Ghana. If you don't have money, you cannot win an election in Ghana. Says Hassan Ayariga. So anybody can just get up if he has money. I want to be president of the Republic of Ghana. Peanuts.
And he will win.
Put money. Look. I don't want to say something, but if I say it, I'll be tagged. Look, I wish we were in a military regime.
Oh.
I wish.
Why?
There's so much indiscipline in this country.
That the military should do what?
I said I wish. I didn't say I wish that Ghana was in a military rather than a democratic regime. Because there would be so much discipline. People would behave. People would follow laws. People cannot be so corrupt and mismanage our country.
Democracy, clearly, from what you are saying, hasn't been good for us.
That's why I say we have not gotten to the stage where we should practice democracy. No. And that is why the manifesto do not play a role for me. Manifestos of political parties are deceit booklets, lies. We don't need the manifestos. I have proposed that we stop picking manifestos from political parties and have a national development plan where all political leaders, stakeholders, academia, every sector of our economy is invited to bring something for us, inputs for us to draft a manifesto. So APC will bring their input, all the other parties will bring, the academia will bring their input, all the industries, all the groupings, all the institutions in Ghana, everybody will bring his position. For us, this is how we think that our institution will move. So you bring your policy. We all look at it, craft a concrete policy that will be used for the next 10 years or 15. Then that book becomes a national development plan called the Ghana's Manifesto.
Any party that wins, go.
Any party that wins, you pick that book, or when you go on campaign, tell Ghanaians how you intend to achieve what is on the manifesto.
Okay. The national manifesto for Ghana.
Tell Ghanaians, how do you intend to make sure that we achieve, and how long are you going to achieve that? And what strategy, or how are you going to galvanize resources to make sure we achieve that? And how do you intend to make use of our resources rather than giving it to the foreigners? We're a poor country because we have given everything to the foreigners. And you know why we are where we are? We are where we are not because of the bad leaders we have, but the silence of the good people.
Oh. The good ones have been very silent.
That's the problem. And the bad one has taken over, making noise. You see somebody who has never had one CD, he becomes chief officer, organizer, CEO, and the next time the person has homes, buildings, story buildings, and you ask yourself, this is your country, where did the money person get that money? Because we don't have a data. And this is what I've been talking about. When the APC gets power, the first thing we're going to build is a national data system.
Do we not have it?
We don't.
The National Identification Authority, what they are doing, is not a data collection they are doing.
Let me explain for you to understand the difference between the national identification card. The national identification card do not have your data. When we talk about data, those listening, the IT people will tell you that data includes every aspect of you. Your facial recognition, your fingerprint, your blood sample, your house number, your telephone number, where you work, your bank accounts, your income, the number of children you have, the number of wives you have, everything
and
about
these things
you
are not captured in there.
It's captured in there. So all we need of you is one of it, and we can find you. One finger of yours will identify you. Facial recognition will give you every information about you, up to down zero. Blood sample of yours will give us who you are. Your car number plate is enough for us to identify you and say this is the person. If we are able to have this national database system, corruption will be the thing of the past. Wastage will be the thing of the past. Ghost names in our books, payrolls and all that. You understand? It will become a police economy where the president will be able at all times to tell the number of people in the hospital, the number of people who have left Ghana, the number of students who are in school, those who have completed. All that information will be captured. And those who do not have work, those you will have, all you need to key is to, that's the big data we are building now. If you go to the APC voter, what do you call it, volunteers platform, we've put in a data that we've captured the information of everybody. Those who want. So we've given them a system where you just go in and key. We'll build a national one for the election. We are going to build a national for our election. We will get to know our votes before even the EC announces it. We are moving fast. The APC is moving very fast. And I'm using this your medium to call a lot of volunteers to join the APC volunteers platform. If you go to my phone at this, I think so many people's platforms is there. Just go and just join. Just join the volunteer. If you don't know, we'll leave a number here. You call that number and you join the APC volunteers platform.
So then clearly, it sounds as if the APC has so much to offer Ghanaians. What is happening?
What is happening is that until we change our mindset as Ghanaians and our attitude, we'll continue to be where we are. The Ghanaian must believe in Ghana first and think that we must build this country and we must not run away from this country because some bad leaders are managing. Currently, everybody is running out of Ghana as we speak. Nurses are leaving. Doctors are leaving, military men are leaving, policemen are going to the embassies looking for visas to leave, students are also leaving. Our country is doomed.
You get worried hearing and seeing these things, I guess.
I'm worried. I'm sad. I'm very, very worried. Sometimes I'm home. I don't sleep until 5 a.m. And my wife will ask me, why are you not sleeping? I keep thinking, is this really the Ghana where are we going as a nation? What are we living for the next generation? The next generation, do they have a future? We don't even know the next generation because we have no data of the next generation. We have no information of the next generation. We don't know what we are doing with our own country. We don't even know where we are going. The only time we know where we are going is election year. The people will come and lie. After election year, we go back to the normal African mentality. And that's why we are struggling as a country. Africa has nothing to offer the world. Africans have nothing. We have become beggars. Meanwhile, we have the basket that feeds the rest of the world. So people now come, foreigners now come and realize that because we are dumb, they now come behind us and take everything and money. And go to Spintex Road, go to Accra, go to Laboni,
the shops,
go to East Legon, and look at the environment. The shops, the companies are not owned by Africans. They are not owned by Ghanaians. This is the country that is ours. Why? Go and look at government contracts and government PPP have taken over by foreigners, repatriating their profits. The reason why our dollar is where it is and the cedi has become useless. Many foreigners are here. They control the national assets and property of Ghana.
They decide what moves.
Yes. And they hold everything. We are beggars in our own country, 21st century beggars. No wonder we are going everywhere in China begging, and we become gamblers. The next job for the youth of this country is gambling. It's called betting. Our youth have now become gamblers because the government has no plan for them. The government is not even including them in the future plans. So the youth now realize that I don't want to use certain words against my young children, but they think they have no future. So what they resort to is to go do betting, because that is what they will get some small money, and they are now happy. So what do you see in Ghana? So many betting bureaus than offices, than companies. People are now opening more betting bureaus than opening companies. And the youth are satisfied. Even now, beside the youth, a lot of government workers are now into gambling, betting. You see doctors, nurses, every time they look at their phone, and then you don't understand. Do
you bet yourself?
Me?
You're speaking from a certain
15 years ago, 17 years ago, I had the opportunity to bring vet bureau to Ghana. A friend of mine called Gerd, he lives in Germany. He'll be coming on Wednesday. He came to me and said, Hassan, I said, yes. Last Osman and a vet bureau in Ghana, Afmahan. He's like, for whom? He's like, so feel guilt. Give us kind of vet bureau in Ghana. He said, it's at 9. Naturally, give us kind. He said, no doubt. It's a chance for this vet bureau. Come. This is German I'm speaking.
I understand.
And he says, let's take vet bureau to Ghana.
To Ghana.
And I say, why? He said, there's a lot of money in it. He said, there's no betting bureau. I said, you want me to take betting bureau to Ghana? He said, yes. I said, no, I won't do that. I'm going to turn my children into gamblers. I don't want to do that.
Okay. So that answers my question.
Yes.
You are not interested.
I don't. Sorry.
Because you spoke from a certain angle. You're talking with a person, he's looking at it. When it means he's seeing whether he's winning or...
Yeah, he's losing. And funny enough, rob Peter to pay Paul. And don't forget, it is a dangerous attitude.
Seriously addictive.
Yes, a dangerous attitude. Addictive. Very serious one. When you become addictive to betting, you lose every property of yours as time goes by. And go and Google great men who have fallen.
As a result of that.
As a result of betting. Go and Google great footballers who today have become beggars on the street.
Bet.
It's because of betting. Go and Google many Chinese rich men who have fallen to what do you call it?
The poverty line.
Poverty line is betting. Look, I have a company now who wants me to build a casino again. And I told them, I am not interested in building those things. Those monies, I'm not interested in. I have enough. I don't need to bring a casino and the whole world. I have a land. They've approached me to give them to put a casino. And they want to build the biggest casino in the world. And people can fly from all over Ghana because they see Ghana as a loophole of money laundering. Ghana is being used to do a lot of money laundering. If I tell you the things I've rejected and I'm sitting down here, Ghanaians will clap for me and make me their president immediately. Because I love this country to the marrow.
What gives you this so much money? You talk big, I mean.
I'm not talking big about me. I'm telling you the opportunities that I could have used.
Aside the opportunities.
No, I'm telling you, listen to me.
You talk big, I mean. Hassan Ayariga is a big boy, I mean. Aren't you a big boy?
If you don't want to know my history, but if I want to tell you my history, I'm one of the successful Ghanaians. And look, at age 16, some people talk about themselves. I bought my first car at age 16.
You didn't have
my wife doesn't like me telling this side of my story to Ghanaians because she thinks that when I say it, look as if I'm bragging.
No, you are not bragging.
So she doesn't like me saying
Why do we see talking about success? It's like you're bragging.
Yes.
Must I sit on
So
TV
my
and say
first
I'm
car,
poor?
I bought it at age 16. My first house, I built it at age 19. My first $1 million at age 21.
It's all of you at 21, 1 million, at 21, 1 million.
Who
So
else
once-
at 21, 1 million? I have said I think many years ago, I've said this thing.
Because the last time I heard, I'm sure you know Cheddar.
Cheddar,
He
yes,
said
yes.
he made his first £1 million at age 21.
Oh, then that's good. I mean, if you are a very smart person and you grow in an environment and you are smart, you can make it. But if you have an environment like Ghana, you cannot even make 10,000. And that's the point. Look, when I made my first 1 million, you should ask how I made my first 1 million. I lived in Germany. I started working at the age of 16, 17. I bought my first car at age 16. And when I go to school and come to school, I will go and do pizza delivery.
Okay.
The delivery pizza. Because it was a job that you didn't need a document to do. All you needed was to have a license, and then I had a license, and then you know the streets, navigate very well. So from that restaurant, whilst schooling, I was working and making a lot of money. And all those money, I didn't know what to do. I was one guy that I'm very nice to people. I deliver pizza, and somebody gives me 100 D-Mark.
Okay.
And the pizza is maybe 90, and he says, takes the 80. So I was making more money than even the company was paying me.
Okay. So that was how you saved the money.
Yes, so I had money. I was putting money in envelopes, 5,000, under my pillow, my bed, and because I didn't even know what to put the money. The money was so much. I was just, every time I make money, every week I make a lot of money. I made money to the extent I bought half of the company.
Oh.
So when the second person, it was owned by two people, Iranians. Then one person wanted to move into drinks. He wanted to start selling drinks and wine and other things. So he was looking for a partner to sell. And I asked him how much. And he said, oh, Hassan, he was kind of guilty. Like, Hassan, you don't have money to buy. I said, oh, you tell me, I can manage. I'll go to the bank and get the money. He said, okay, for you, if it's you, because you are a very good person, the company loves you, everyone loves you, you bring this amount of money. I said, okay, do the paperwork, I'll bring you the money. When he finished the paperwork, he thought I was joking. He did the paperwork. The next day I come, have you done that? He said, no, he hasn't. He has no time. I said, you do the paperwork. I'll bring somebody to pay the money. He did the paper. The next day I brought cash and gave him and took the company.
So that's how you started making huge money.
Yes. So I bought the company, bought many of the restaurants. Then I started now, I realized that used goods, when I come to Ghana, used goods was something that people didn't have. So I started doing 15, 20 containers at a go. I'm the first person who started bringing a lot of bicycles. If you go to the tires company and the bicycle guy, they will tell you that Hassan Ayariga started making money way back. I would load containers of bicycles, used tires, used televisions, used fridges. And funny enough, I'll buy hair dryers. Some of us started bringing that small radio that people used to listen to Joy FM all the time. And I can put more than 2,000 of it in fridges. And those monies were like free money. I didn't even know what to do with that money. So when I come to Ghana and people are taking them irons, electric iron, used ones, tell you money was, Rollins's time. I mean, Rollins is a blessing. Money was like, the money was just for the containers. And you go to the port and they will tell you that Hassan Ayariga, go and look at my documents in the port. Every month, 15 containers.
Oh, now I know.
So you see, when you are very serious and
you can really do something.
A lot.
I would want to take a commercial or go for a commercial break. When I am back, I would want to ask, how do you intend as a political party dealing with the many challenges we have in this country?
Very simple.
And in any way, do you even know the challenges we have as a country to want to lead Ghana?
Yeah.
That will be done or be answered after this commercial break.
anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm afraid Missy Way.
The patch of Bantama.
Matthias.
That's a cycle.
Her smile, the fresh breath.
Me Gidi say we use Kel 360 toothpaste. Say me kind. Kel 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Kel 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector.
Onim Jom Kasan. In a cousin. Kel 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You so feeling kika when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Crowd so do ho ebehyen central adwuma no emu wasiesie ho amasa kwanto yi ene na Atinka Media Training Center eto nsafro sebra na beka wonu ma waye wona adwene se wo pese wo ya apabene e won central adwuma no emu
ewo Atinka Media Training Center echemu nema bebre se eye central abefo ntentam fidie anampo se editing.
Stand by in 3, 2, 1, your name. What I say, Opesa, we are intention. Camera person, sound engineer, and access ye wa hasi abema odaya so abem anya no nko a ye san so akira o se na ubenyi e won central adwuma mu ye mpanifo adore e won central adwuma mu e be kira o se na ode nkrofo e be bom aye adwuma we e ye hia de e won central adwuma ye won panimfo ekukudam omo nimde e won central adwuma mu awma ye crowd so be che bibi biara opese hu e won central adwuma mu it is opese woni so ade hu no e bem so be ye central ni dia ene bra Atinka Media Training Center.
And 2% journey central Jumanuma. And a internal Atinka Media Training Center. Your journey starts now.
A day in a Maya dance, and a sene ye niema. Yama will book munim Jenny Via near the practical aspect no a piece of amount. Yanam student TV no eso abema wunim dear and entity pia we here I want central Jumano emu. Sawu pension mu bia praying our numbers are a Google screen we eso Atinka Media Training Center, a place where you will be equipped for excellence and creativity.
Ebaya yasem tiawa ayem wo fasi en wo se wo hu di hie esansa asansa faade a wo de kirenti wo hwa oba no a wo ye nkyai
yo yesempa na mmom pese metie free abrante na no
Yo, where they asaw
ah onya nuro
any eja obaba iwe na trese
kasa Diasema bisa no say aduane gyina wo po wo bo hyehye wo wo yam keka wo na sa mfroma gyina wo yam wo hia ansi o
wo de na da wasi bebre emre ni wonti no na nakwa me ndi gan
abrante oponko epentemsa emre no nso e oduru a wo fa be kira mamra aka no
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center ena aye Ansigel FDA ahwehwe sa egegen krato yi mu agye atum se eye
We're still live on Atinka TV and the show is The Agenda. So grateful, sir, we're feeding you. I'm having a conversation with Dr. Hassan Ayariga of the APC. And before we continue our conversation, I can only recommend, say, Oko Hospital near diagnosis when you're malaria. Just go out there and get yourself some Lufat and you will deal with malaria. Lufat fights and deals with malaria like nobody's business. Ubetumenya Lufat in all Tobinco pharmaceuticals or any other pharmacy. And when we take that step and deal with Lufa and malaria from your system with Lufa. Thank you. Dr. Hassan Ayariga, thank you. And so I asked the question, does the APC really even know what the challenges of this country are?
Yes, the challenges are numerous. Number one is jobs, lack of jobs. Ghanaians are confronted with jobs. And if a nation cannot produce and manufacture or industrialize, you cannot create jobs. So creating jobs is one priority of the APC. And we do intend to create jobs, one, by first of all, changing the curriculum of education. Our educational standard and curricula is so bad to the extent that it only trains people to pass, write exams and pass. And when they come out of school,
there's nothing there.
There is nothing for them. They become rather avoidable graduates instead of absorbable. They are not creative. They are not innovative. They rely now on others to get jobs instead of they themselves creating jobs. So you see, it depicts the purpose of education and training. And over the years, we've adapted the Nkrumah system of just educating our folks. Then becomes a burden to society. So they increase the unemployment state. So they become a burden. They pile up the issue of unemployment instead of they coming out and create. So let me give you a simple example of the informal sector. You see, the informal sector, we have mechanics, we have hairdressers, we have
the
carpenters. They are actually doing well. They are extremely doing well in that sector as compared to the formal. So when you train mechanic, after 3 years he passes out. See what happened. The mechanic goes to get land, clear the land, maybe somebody's land. He will just go and lease the land or borrow the land for some few years. He will clear the land, put up a tent, or sometimes not even a tent, sometimes just a canopy, and then he gets his tools. And the next time it becomes a workshop, and he begins to repair cars and even train apprentices. So the informal sector is creating jobs. When you take this tailors or the designers, he finish up, he's passed out, the next thing he gets a shop, you see him designing new clothing, he becomes productive. You take hairdressers, when they're passed out, the next time you see the person having a salon. And start breeding, employ apprentice, and she becomes what? An employer, employing
people.
Take the formal sector. Take our graduates. When they come out of school, what do?
They rather become employees, waiting
They're
on
looking
somebody
for jobs because we did not train them to come out and become part of the jobless society. We should train them, and when they come out, they will rather be creating jobs too. They will rather also become entrepreneurs, creating jobs. So we have to change the curriculum. We don't have to continue to adapt that kind of education of passing exams and producing just graduates. That becomes a burden to society. So we will begin to change that. We'll change the curriculum of education, make it more creative and innovative so that the students now become job owners instead of job seekers.
Would that not be?
Then we will create. I'm just taking one aspect after the other.
Yeah, but on the education thing, changing the curriculum, would that not be more or less like adding up to what we have done previously?
Exactly.
This one comes, changes it.
No. We will upgrade it in a sense that when you are, for instance, trained as an entrepreneur, you come out. We are going to create what is called Graduate Project Fund. If you look in our manifesto, is there the Graduate Financing Fund. When we train them and they come out of school, for instance, we train, let's say, 5 students from different universities, And their project work is to say they want to start doing bottling water. So 5 students from the University of different universities, Legon, UDS, Tech, UCC, UEW. These 5 students will bring them together. Okay, you have a project. You want to do what? Water? Okay, let's see your project plan. Then we look at the project. We see that 5 of them wants to do water. So we say, okay, the 5 of you, Ghana government wants to support the 5 of you. Bring your policy, your ideas together. We are going to give you a fund.
Okay.
For the 5 of you to start your own business.
So they
create
can
jobs.
So they can create and employ
people.
Okay.
Rather than they going around
looking for jobs.
And we wasting money and borrowing to unnecessary foreigners who repatriate it and use it for sovereign guarantees and all that. So we must begin to have a project financing, a graduate financing fund for graduates. So every graduate must get a fund. So you see, after that, many of the graduates who come with their policies and their projects, government is supposed to lift them. And when you start creating jobs, circulation of money, they pay taxes, they pay income, they pay salaries, everybody gets money. It goes back to government coffers and we continue to roll it. Are you with me? Number 2, we need to have a production hub. Ghana has failed when it comes to production. We import over $1.3 billion of rice every year, $700 million of fish and chicken, $500 million of cotton, $800 million of oil. I can continue and non-stop. But we have to begin to produce, reinvest our money into one, to farm rice.
Farm production.
Okay. Oil, we can use shea butter and do oil. We can use granules and do oil. We can use soybean and do oil. We can use coconut and do oil. Why do we spend so much importing all these things? We come to cotton. We have farmlands in the northern part and other part of the country that we can farm cotton and stop importing diapers, tea rolls, and all that, and tissues. We import all this. So we have to change the mindset of Ghanaians into production. So we will do poultry. We should stop import. You don't know how much money we spend in importing chicken alone.
So much.
And our poultry farmers are suffering just to meet the market price. So let's cultivate, let's produce maize, millet, and all these ingredients that can feed the poultry industry so that we have healthy chicken and stop importing poisonous chicken from China that is being injected with certain kind of chemicals to make them fat and big. And now we eat and have so many kinds of disease that doctors cannot even phantom. So from the production, when we are able to produce enough as a production hub, we'll lock down our borders. No importation. 1 year. I'll give Ghanaians 1 year time to import. After 1 year, I will lock Ghana. Nobody is importing anything.
You want to go the China way?
That is my way. I don't know whether that's the China way.
I'm sure you know.
I don't know.
That's how they close the Chinese market for a period of time.
Yeah.
And when they open it, they had everything.
Thank you.
And everybody is going.
We must begin to sacrifice. You see, some people must go to hell for others to go to heaven.
And so you will send some people to hell.
I don't care. I'm saying some people must go to hell for others. That means that we have to step on toes to build our country. Those who are corrupt will go to hell. Those who mismanage our funds and steal our money will go to hell. I don't give a damn. Sorry, this English language.
I am okay.
But people will have to go. Because we need to sacrifice to build this country. So I will lock Ghana down for 1 year. After the first 1 year,
no importation.
No importation. We start the
chicken.
Infrastructure of everything within my first 1 year. Just eat the one that you can import for now to sustain us. After that, we'll lock it and suffer and build our own and become a production hub. From production, we move to manufacturing. We're creating enough jobs To the extent that the 24-hour economy, that's the reason why I brought in the 24-hour economy. To the extent that we are now going to be running 3-shift system for our country in order to meet our demand and export. So from the production hub, we move into a manufacturing hub. Now we have the raw materials. We have what it takes. We have egg. We have everything that we need. So also, we have to change our consumption pattern. We have to start importing things to consume. By producing, we are changing the consumption pattern. We have to now consume what we produce.
We have a certain taste to it.
No, that taste will go off for some time. Let's build the taste that we want. Let's become a nation that people will salute us and say, the Ghana president now is the president that every African nation should emulate. I am not going to be a sleeping president. Ask my party members. They will tell you that I work more than anybody in the party. I read every comment. I read every WhatsApp. I send every message. So somebody would think that Hassan Ayariga is a one party. No, it's because I want to make sure everything is done properly. And I monitor. My first house that I built at age 20, I donated to the party. I built so many party offices that I've given to the party, just to make sure that the party becomes a very... So let's continue. Let's leave the party and continue to what we'll do. From the manufacturing hub, we now begin to think about industries. You don't get up and say, one district, one factory. What industry do we have in this Ghana? What are we feeding them with? No raw materials to feed the industries. So you can go and build an industry in somewhere, but like Commander Sugar.
Yes, raw material.
That is lying out there. But because we don't know where we are, the promises we make promises without thinking. We just choose, hey, what promise can we make these people and they'll vote for us? Then we'll do it. We are deceiving the people to vote. So it becomes very difficult to maintain lies, to sustain it. When you keep lying, you always lie to defend the lie.
To cover the other one.
But when you do the right thing, you yourself, it is very difficult to lie. I'm telling you, liars, they struggle. It is easier to be hardworking and truthful to Ghanaians than to be a liar. It is very difficult to become a liar. But they enjoy it because we are not asking them to account for the things they do. So we recycle them. So we say that NDC is not good. Then we throw NDC away. Then we bring MPP. Then we say MPP is no good. Then we throw MPP and we go back to the first NDC which is not good again and go and pick that one. Who behaves in this way? Only Ghanaians.
It's just like, for instance, saying this phone is not good.
Yes, then you throw it away.
I'll go and buy a new phone.
Yes.
And after a period of that, I said that phone too is not good.
Then you go back to that.
I'll throw that phone away.
And go back to this one that you say is not good. Then when you realize it's not good, then you go back to this. Who is the one deceiving who? You are the one deceiving yourself. So Ghanaians are the one deceiving themselves by recycling NDC and MPP. And when we come, they say that there is no third force, there is no option. Hassan Ayariga is your option. I'm here, look at me, I'm your option. I have the vision, the policies to change your country. Vote for me and let's see. I don't want to be president for 8 years. It's a waste of my time.
Oh, really? You want to be president?
4 years. It's enough for me.
After 4 years, you wouldn't want a second term?
After 4 years, I'll build Ghana to the extent that even a child can be president of Ghana.
You wouldn't want a second term?
I will put the structures in place, institutions in place.
And you exit? Or?
No. After my 4 years term of office, I would have finished the work I want to do for Ghana to move on. When you work, you see the results. And then you are satisfied with the results, and you put proper institutions and structures in place, it works automatically. It's just like you buy a company, you want to build a water company, then you go and get the Chinese to come and put the infrastructure for you. When they finish putting the infrastructure for you, and the water company start running, do you have to be there? Do the Chinese people have to be there again?
No.
What do they need? They don't need anything. They've gone. Because they put the proper structures in place.
Yeah, but there are some of the view who think that the 4 year term isn't enough. Maybe.
Yeah, because they want to stay. They want to rob our country.
Anybody who
they don't want to serve. Why do you want to serve like that? Look, why do you pay money for people to vote for you? Because you're an armed robber, you're a thief.
Anybody who pays money
for them to vote for you is a thief. You want a job.
You pay money.
And I pay you money to give me the job. Are you not a thief? You're a thief.
But is a 4-year period enough?
Let's go. That's the question I want you to ask. When you put these cameras in place, do you need a lot of people to stand beside the cameras?
No.
It's simple. If you build Ghana so well and put the infrastructure in place, and there's discipline and the attitudinal change of the Ghanaian people, and every structure is working properly, you don't need to be president again for the next 4 years. I'm done. I'm done with my presidency. My presidency is not a name, it's work. I'm not looking for presidency for fun. No, I have enough fun when I'm not president. I can have enough fun when I'm not president. When I'm president, I can have fun. That's Hassan Ayariga for you. When I become president, I'm 7. I don't have time to. I need, after the presidency, I need time with my family and monitor whatever they are doing. My only regret would be that after my presidency, will they be able to continue to make sure that these structures were placed? So I will put laws and regulations and institutions to govern and regulate everybody. And that is why I need a national data system. So nobody can be corrupt. You cannot misbehave.
You've mentioned corruption more or less like 3-4 times.
Yes, because
it's one of our major cancers.
Yes. It's the biggest canker. And because we don't punish them, those who are supposed to punish them are the ones who are corrupt. So you see, those who are more corrupt are the ones punishing those who are ants. Those who steal goats and sheep and coconut and food to eat. But those who steal the millions and billions of dollars are the ones who are going to judge those who sell the goods. Who is more corrupt? Who is the one destroying the country? If you run Ghana well, we will not have thieves in the country. Go to Dubai. Go and find out.
Steal.
You can steal. If somebody comes to Dubai to steal, it's a foreign country. It's a foreigner. It's not the one living in Dubai. And they will arrest him. So why can't we do something right for ourselves? What is wrong with our mind?
We don't have enough punishment for corrupt. Have you been corrupt in your life?
For what? What about corrupt for what? I've never ever been corrupt. Everybody will tell you. Hassan Ayariga is, my point blank is point blank. I don't need it. It's destruction. It's a canker that destroys the future. It's a canker that destroys the rest of the world when you are corrupt. I don't work for government. I don't do government contract. I don't do anything for government, anything. How am I going to be corrupt? I run my private institutions and companies. I don't care about government. Even if the devil is president of the Republic of Ghana, me, I'll survive. Even if the devil is the president of the Republic, I don't give a damn. But I want to change that thing called devil. Not to be the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Well, what do you make of Nanado's leadership?
Let's not go there.
Why?
It's a waste of my time.
You don't want to talk about?
No, I'm not ready to talk about that. What do you make of that leadership?
I'm asking you.
No, what do you make of that leadership?
The truth is that from where you are sitting,
yes,
and where I find myself,
that leadership has.
I do the questioning and you do the answering.
I've turned the tables.
You can't.
You realize that I went back and came forward. We've changed.
We haven't done.
We've changed the table. Let me do another question. What do you think of President Nana Akufo-Addo? If you ask me that question, I would tell you that Nana Akufo-Addo has finished his term as president. And his term as president has had a lot of challenges for the Ghanaian people. And he himself. And there is nothing good about it. And he admits that he has faced a lot of challenges, despite all the borrowing they have done. I look at key components and facts. I don't judge people per the say. I sit down and I ask that if I was the one president sitting now, what would I have done differently? And I realized that they have done a lot of things that they needed a lot of guidelines. They admit that they have failed. They say it all the time. Look at where our city has become the worst performing city in the history of Ghana. Look at the prices of goods and services in the market. People cannot afford. Look at people's salaries. It's bad. Inflation, worst performing. Highest inflation ever. Fuel prices, it's gone up. Food prices, it's up. What do you want me to continue? Per capita income is worse. Ask me which one again. People cannot get 3 square meals a day. That is the economy that we are talking about. That your purchasing power, the billionaires in Ghana have become poorer than their counterparts in the US, in the UK. Some years back, we could change $1 million for 1 million Ghana cedis. Equaled. Today, $1 million is 13 million Ghana cedis. So what do you think is doing to our business failed? What do you think is doing to our transporters and business owners? We are paying the most expensive thing in the world. Ghanaians are paying the most expensive thing in the world. Mention it and I'll tell you.
Which is?
Your computer or your laptop right in front of you. Go to Germany, go to the US, you get it for $400, $300.
Dollars.
Come here, you have to pay $1,200 to get it. What is your salary? See, you buy a car in the UK or in the US for $50,000, $70,000, $80,000. You come to Ghana, that car is $200,000. And meanwhile, the salary in the US
is far better.
It's far better than here. So who is manipulating those things and making us suffer? You buy a car, you come to the port, you pay more than the price of the car at the port.
At the port.
We don't manufacture car. I will change all this. We don't need that. Everything, you buy a watch, go and buy a Rolex watch for $50,000 US. Bring it to Ghana. You pay 100,000 for it. Buy anything you buy, because the duties on those things alone
are so high.
Are so much to the extent that the most expensive car in the world is in Ghana.
Oh, how?
What's the most expensive car in the world? Mention it. One that you know.
Bugatti.
Bugatti. How much is a Bugatti? $3 million US. 3.2, 3.4, 3.5. Yeah. Bring it. You buy $3.2 million in the UK, in the US, or wherever, and you ship it, and you come to Ghana, you pay duty of $500,000.
And so it becomes very expensive.
It becomes $4 million US. Is it not in Ghana? Tell me one thing again, and I'll tell you. The most expensive thing in the world is in Ghana. Why so? Why are we not thinking? Why are we making our people suffer? Why do we think we know much when we know nothing? Why are we cheating? The politicians have sinned against this country.
Have you sinned yourself?
I am not part of them. NDC and people have sinned against this country. They are sinners, and sinners have to be punished. Punishment is that don't vote for them.
The NDC and the MPP are
sinners. Sin against this country. They are so corrupt. They've stolen money. They are rich. They are richer than the country. CEOs in this country are richer than the institutions they manage. They come, they become CEO, they steal. Nobody's auditing them. Auditors have become their boys. Government is defending every CEO. The president sits down there and know everything. Defending Galamsey, what is this? What is this? What is wrong with us? How can we change?
Let me take my last commercial, and then when we are back, we'll wrap up with our conversation with Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
And this year, Nana Bedi de the first was a flowers be one fear. ye begina wade ye de na koya busuam ana me boa
na maboa mo de
na bedi da boa ne ho ye beje listen tin amode ma ye nso amode ma kra na munyanyu na modam ho so ya he se mo geni babusuani mu a nso a ehia mo no gbanu na mu onyu ene ma mode mo sesi nso no mo bejai modam ho ahyi ebeye nyunyu
kasa tintin wo ho entoponko ene ma no we machine way.
Nasco home appliances. Edi ani je befi ankasa.
Medi down fa. Awari wa shira so yi.
Na down bisa me ansa.
My tintim so yi.
Nasco bring home happiness.
Ya fam kwabna fofo. Aduma me an thing. Your mate, the chase passengers, set me Jerry Muche, a told you so no more do me peja. Na me do feel no na honam ye me tin so pa me no be chem ibudo plus na ibu pain killers fire na me ani na nti paye no afri me so even me am boss understand me ade driving nso transit chair na me yaw ne sisi no untimi na ofa ibudo plus se of fire no wa be ye onko a na ye ka ona young girl you do my office o transit chinti de bia o sinan muye ne ya sisi na ofa ibudo plus and funam ya na se
Arrest the pain with Iburex or door the pain with Ibudo painkillers.
This advert is FDA approved.
Asam eya osofu bi akochimo bi adada no agye ne sika firi ne nsam de beye ato ne so na brabo aye ne basa asofu ayetoto
amna rape
awa Ghana obi aye ni ope awo kroma akofri ya ne se obo akope ba bi wasi na asore dan na wakosua some demonic tricks wakoje kum na wakoje oils ahodo
Nazara oil
na odi diawo
disabone
na so di kum kofo frankofo na nkofo na to ba ha na fi omonso ane na mense epemo eno na Atinka 104.7 yase ansamu edika ye ko TV ede free edwada ekope mefiada obewu Pastor Martin se metimagwam me power hon to masaya e free edwada yi ekope mefiada obehwe obi adimawu e wa Atinka TV
tin oil 1000 Ghana
baya ya sem tiawa ayem wo fasi eno se wo hu di hie esansa asansa faade a wo de kirenti wo hwa oba no a wo we nkyai
yo yesempa na mmom pese tie free abrantie na no
yo we dey asawo
onya nuru
hey eni eja oba bai we na trese
kasa diasema
bisano
say aduane gyina wo po wo bo hyehye wo wo yam keka wo na sa mfroma gyina wo yam wo hia ansigye o
we da na da wasi bebre emre ni wonti no na nakwa me ni guy
abrantie oponko epentemsa emre no nso e odrufi a wo fa be kira mamra aka no
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center and aye Ansigel FDA ahwehwe sa ejeje nkrato yi mu agye atum se eye
We're live on Atinka TV, and the show is still the agenda. So grateful, Sewajon. A lot of your interesting messages, but let me ask you to go and get looked at anytime your doctors diagnose you of malaria. Walk to any pharmacy and get yourself looked at. I have some messages. This one's from Akudago Felix. It says, His Excellency Dr. Hassan Ayariga presents superior policies poised to foster development and eradicate existing challenges, creating a conducive environment for progress irrespective of our background. A remarkable individual with the nation's well-being at the forefront. I implore my fellow youth to unite in support of this man for a prosperous Ghana. It's time for the APC. Akudago Felix writes that one. And this one says, this I must commend him. I didn't like him because of what happened between him and my flag bearer in 2012. But I think he has so much we have not taken our time to listen to. Dr. Hassan Ayariga, truly, you have a lot for Ghanaians. Maybe we have to consider you this time. Okay, and this one from Hannah. Hannah says, I'm speaking from Sunyani. Honorable Hassan Ayariga is speaking wisdom. If only he is not talking like the others. APC, we move. Hannah writes that one from Sunyani. And this one is from, hi, I'm Apostle Atare Hilary. I think and I agree with your guest for whatever that he has said about the good governance and how to put certain measures to make sure that this country moves well. So Apostle, good afternoon. And this one says, greetings to you and your guest. Kindly ask him if he's aware that civilians wearing military colors is against the law. It depends on which one you're wearing. Please. What he's wearing is not that of Ghana's. And so if you don't know, you don't know. Okay, Ahmed writes that one from Kaneshi, and then I've read it for you, Ahmed. This one is says, God bless you, Nana Fianco. At least now we are getting to understand the other political parties. I am encouraged by what you have started doing by engaging with some other political parties as against the NDC and the MPP. It seems we have heard so much from the NDC and the MPP, and it's not helping us. Dr. Hassan Ayariga has proven that he's got what it takes to move Ghana forward. God bless you. Though I am an NDC, I am yet thinking of voting for you. Well, you may have to consider voting for him if he's really convinced you. This one says, God bless you, Nana Fianco, for hosting Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Trust me, he's been very successful from what he has said this afternoon. I never knew he had restaurants. Now I can easily tell that if it's about creating jobs, the truth is that Ghanaians should consider people who have made it on their own without politics before giving them power. I mean individuals who have done something for themselves. If anybody hasn't created any job, we shouldn't employ him. Hey, do you agree with him?
Yeah. Leadership by example.
So we should go the Cote d'Ivoire way.
What's the Cote d'Ivoire way?
You must own some lands that you've caught as farms.
Yeah. You see, people just run into politics for the benefits they get, not to serve. Those who go into politics to serve, you will see that they've served in various capacities before.
Okay.
And they now see that those who are serving are actually mismanaging. And they cannot sit down when they have used their hard resources to build a future, paying taxes. And somebody somewhere is now using Ghana as a case study to make money. And you see, I must be very honest with you, most of these so-called godfathers are also helping to destroy our country. You go and pick an NDC godfather, an MPP godfather. He's now picked, he goes to the university, picks somebody, or goes on the street, picks somebody, say he wants to train him. What are you training him from? Your corruption is what you are teaching him.
You are teaching him.
You're not teaching him anything. But if he goes through the ranks and file, struggle from his own, build a future, have his own business, and he's coming up, and he's coming to lead. He's coming with a sincere, conscious mind to achieve. You know, good businessmen don't want to fail.
Yeah.
You put them in any position, they don't want to fail.
Yeah, that's true.
But anybody is anybody. He wants to pick anything at all times. He will fail because he's using you as a case study. And many a time, most of these politicians, these young ones they have brought, tomorrow leaders, they are dead. Look at their life. Look at their lifestyle. They have a lifestyle that those who are paying taxes do not want to see. Arrogant, mismanagement, wasted, buying houses now for girlfriends, buying cars for girlfriends. I mean, living some kind of life that if you make money like that, you don't live that kind of life. But when you get free money, you live the life that you don't care. You waste money, you don't care. And we need to begin to audit people. My national data system will show your bank accounts. We will know how much you make in a month. Your salary, if you drive a car that your salary cannot fetch, you are in trouble. We'll come after you. I am not joking. No. My policy, I'm not joking. I'm not going to waste time with anybody. I'm not going to scratch my back and scratch your back. I don't need that. Don't scratch my back.
Because you are not ready to scratch anybody's back.
I'm not ready to scratch your back.
So between you...
And that's why I said some people go to hell and others will go to heaven.
To heaven. That's what you are going to leave Ghana with.
Yes. We must be disciplined. We must change our attitude and our mindset. Because people are struggling. Look, it is sad if you go into certain communities in Ghana and you see children where they live, families where they live, that they cannot afford 2 square meters. I'm not talking about 3. 3 is luxury. 3 is for rich people. Talking about 2, it's difficult for people
sometimes
to have.
Even that
one. And then we have on the other side, people wasting it. Resources, money, joking with it.
Your leadership will fight that. Let me ask my final question.
Father Lord.
You have a number that I will let you put out.
Yes.
But before that, between you, John Mahama, and Dr. Bawumia, who would best lead Ghana after the December 7th poll?
Who will be best?
Lead Ghana.
Are you serious? You are comparing me to them?
I am asking you.
No, you don't have to compare me to them.
Why?
Compare the 2 of them to themselves because they are failures.
John Mahama and
they have failed already.
And Dr. Bawumia.
Yes, they are the people they recycle. Look, where we are is as a result of John Mahama and Bawumia.
We are where we are because of this.
They have managed this country. Tell me if they have not. They have exhausted their leadership and their brains and their policies. Bawumia came after John Mahama. Where are we? Economic messiah. The best economists in the world. Now we have the worst city in the world, currency in the world, the best economists in the world. Now Ghana is the poorest country. In terms of borrowing, we are the highest in the world, the best economists in the world. When we come to IMF, IMF sees us as the worst country in the world. So tell me, I am not giving you assumptions. I am telling you what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? The devil, all of them are 2 devils. So where do we go?
Maybe we don't go for the necessary.
No, we don't need them. We have options.
The option is Hassan Ayariga and the APC.
And so let's forget the spoiled NDC and the spoiled MPP.
And choose
Hassan. And let's see, what does it take to vote Hassan Ayariga? Just your thumb.
And Hassan Ayariga.
And then we see, why don't we want changes that will bring forth economic development and transformation? Bawumia is with Nana Akufo-Addo 8 years. Look at where we are. John Mahama had 4 years and 4 years of Atamils. And he wants to come back. For him, I don't even understand why he wants to come back. I don't know. But if I were him, I won't even come back. I want 4 years, so I don't need it. So that is his opinion. But I don't think he's coming to correct anything. If John Mahama becomes president of Ghana, he becomes the worst president ever. You know why? Because at this time where we are, the situation is not favorable for him to become president. He will become the worst because where the MPP has taken the country to, he won't be able to get sailed out.
Will you be able to sail out?
Yes. One, the reason why John Mahama will not be able to sail out is that John Mahama has been there before. So it's not new for John Mahama. It's not story. It's not news for John Mahama to be president. So all the stakeholders, businessmen, international community are not going to clap hands because we have another president called John Mahama. because it's an old story. So they will not be interested in investing in Ghana. At all.
Okay.
They will not be interested. So John Mahama will suffer the defeat of the lack of leadership from the MPP that he has married. So he's going to marry the West economy and going to be part of the West economy performance.
And that's why Ghanaians should not look his way.
Yes.
But
if Hassan Ayariga comes, this is the option. Wow. This is a young man, young party, a new face. He has new visions, new policies. Let's all look up to Ayariga. Let's support him. Let's give him the necessary attention. Businessmen, opportunities will come. I'm bringing in new vision, new policy, new ideas that will push Ghana forward. And people will begin to open their eyes and monitor the activities of this young man, Hassan Ayariga. The things I will bring on board, my leadership style is going to change the status quo. And it will be interested in Africa and the world.
All right. Unfortunately, my time is up. There's a number you have. So
yes, this is the volunteers number. Those who wish to voluntarily support the APC in terms of campaign, in terms of talking to people, in terms of ideas, in terms of policies, in terms of believing, holding positions. These are the numbers. You call 0551
0551
51
yes
9890.
So 0551 519890. 0551 58 51 sorry, 0551 51 9890. 0551 519890. Then you join the Hassan Ayariga's volunteer campaign team, and you propagate the good news about the APC
and be part of it.
And be part of
yes.
of the
There's
APC.
a saying that if you want to change people, involve them in the process of change for change to be effective.
For change to be effective.
Yes. So I want everybody to be part of APC. In your own place, wherever you are, carry the flag of APC, print the APC t-shirts, get your offices, invite more people, build the APC, own the APC, and let's move as a party.
I am grateful that you honored my invitation.
Thank you, Nana.
Looking forward to host you sometime soon.
Sure.
Most especially when the campaign takes.
I hope you get me. So because I'll be somewhere in the bush trying to convince people.
I will do everything I can to
no problem. I'm always available. I'm always available.
Grateful to Dr. Hassan Ayariga, and thanks for joining us from 3 to now. Grateful to my production team and also my sponsors, Lufad. And I have God willing, is another day tomorrow. We'll come away and serve you on your TV with the Agenda Show.